Hello, it's a different angle because I don't have you on my ring. It's Melinda and her babies, and I am making this baby a little darker. She seems light. So I just did a red, kind of a red wash, but I like to put the modeling sponges onto it. And I just did this little leg. Looks a little red right now, but it'll ease up. Don't mind the fan, it's that time of year, but I usually have the fan on anyway. I do use air dry, so I don't have to have the fan on, but it helps me. I'm patting this arm with the sponge that I just used. It doesn't have as much red on it. Just giving it a little different tweak. And then I take my kabuki brush and pat it. Got my hair cut short. I don't know if I've been on since then. I don't think so. I've done videos and then I erase them. I got it colored and cut, and actually my husband, when he did it, did a better job. I don't get it done that much just when I can't stand it, and my husband was going that day to get his cut, so I was like, I'll get mine cut. I don't mind the color. The color's fine. My hair's sticking up right here. I usually like to have my hair cut to come forward. Well, this one's cut to like, I don't know, it just like frames my face and makes it look fat. So I like it like fringed. And then I usually brush it back to do that. And it's not doing that. But hey, my husband loves me, so it'll grow. I told my husband he should have colored my hair. I kept telling him when I had the box go, I don't care really who colors it as long as it's not gray. I've tried to go gray, can't do it. Now, if you're new to my channel and watching me ramble, that's what I do, guys. I talk about a little of everything, how to paint, how I'm painting dolls, not how to paint dolls, but how I'm painting them. And my hair, my things that are going on. Pouncing this with a kabuki brush. I really need 3 different kabuki brushes, but I make sure to wipe them. Don't want a gray baby. And you come out with a gray baby, I have learned, I am not in center, but I have learned over the years is that when you put too many colors and they don't have time to work in. That was a hair for my brush. About time to get a new one. So I'm pouncing the feet. Bounce, bounce, bounce. I had a friend of mine that I had years ago, back when we were going out and being young, asked me how I got into it. And actually, my husband is who got me into this, painting them. And probably collecting them, because I've always collected dolls. But I collected the porcelain dolls. I had porcelain dolls everywhere. And then one time we got a big batch of porcelain dolls, and it was just too many for me. I was just overwhelmed. So we got rid of them all. But they weren't the baby type. They were like the grown-up women type, you know, and Victorian and stuff like that. We got rid of them all. And then he got me some Ashton Drakes for Christmas one year. I got the Olivia's Gentle Touch. And I got the Breathing Baby, which I call her Rebecca. Right? Ashley Rebecca. I call her Ashley Rebecca. And I got the Tiny Twins. And he got me a Door doll. That was all for one Christmas. And that Christmas started me, because then and I bought baby clothes because I wanted to dress them. I think it was the beginning of my empty nest syndrome, because Amber, my middle child, had moved out. My oldest child's been on her own forever, and then she's in Louisiana, and I'm in Maine. But we had moved up here with Amber and Amanda. And Amanda was 17. It's going to be 18, I think. At least it's going to be 18. So I finished that part. I'm going to go on, I'm going to do my, where's my blue? Hold on, let me find my blue, then we'll go back to the story. Here it is, blue wash. Anyway, that started it, and I looked online, and I looked for realistic dolls, and a Reborn popped up. I was like, wow, I've always wanted a doll that looked real. What little girl didn't want a doll that looked real? So, I found one on eBay, and he was like $60. He's just a little preemie. Gotta be careful if you do your paint water like this that you don't drink out of it. But I found one. I bought one. He was $60. And then I found an artist. And I ordered a kit, a boy. And, because I didn't have any boys. Well, size for my little bitty preemie. Which I named him Ernest. And I still have him. So, the blue wash, I'm going to use this big sponge. And I'm only going to put it lightly because I don't like blue to take over. Blue scares me some. You can always check if it's too dark. I take a water bottle. We'll get back to the story in a minute. Take a water bottle and paint on it. And you should be able to see through the blue. See, that blue is a little dark. Yeah, you should be able to see. So I'm going to add a little bit of water. You can always add more paint. But you can't take blue off, that's for sure. I've seen so many babies where people used to paint inside with the blue and stuff, and that did not work. Okay, yeah, it's see-through. You can see some blue, but it's really watery. And I like mine that watery. I don't like it really dark. Because either your paint pulls off, comes off, and I pat my sponge to make, on my towel, I have a towel right now, to make sure I don't have too much. Take my head, and then just pat. Easy though, you're not, oh yeah, this is very light, I like this. Try to get in your crevices, and go different ways. I don't know why I do the top of heads, because y'all have hair most of the time, but I do. I'm just patting a little, just to add some, I want to say dimension. Trying to get inside the ear some. And that's all I'm gonna do on that. Where was I? Anyway, I got one made. Then a couple months later, I wanted a girl, and I got the girl made. Well, mind you, this is $400 at a time, right after Christmas. I think I've got, I'm not sure when Kennedy came in. He was the, oh, I forget what kid he was. Wow, I should never got rid of him. Try to hang on to your first couple dolls. Even if you don't play with them, dress them, put them up. Because if you're anything like me later on, you're going to want them. Sometimes you look out, you can get them. I did not, because it went to us, I don't know where Kennedy went. I sold him on eBay. I'm just putting a little more blue on his eye to see if I can give a little different texture. I'm going to take this little bitty brush and tap it in. So you don't see he's not, or her, I don't know what it's going to be. I tend to always see boys, but it could be a girl. Anyway, yeah, I regret getting rid of those. So I ended up with, before it was over, before I started on my own, I ended up with 4 that I had ordered. And then my husband said, why don't you try to do it yourself? Because I've always loved crafts, you know, I just wanted to make stuff. And I said, I can't do that. He said, look, let's try the paints. And he bought me just plain acrylic paints. First one was just really the kind in a set. And I had won an alternative cat baby. And so I stripped her. And she is the one that started the whole thing. And then I painted her. And I painted a couple more kids. Most of the kids when I first started painting, I was stripping, because there was old kids and stuff like that that I had and found and won. And I regret that now because it was somebody else's art, but I did what I did. Sorry. And I'm that way. If you get one of my dolls and you feel like you want to strip it and do something else, hey, got the doll. It's your doll. But then a friend of mine, Catherine, just a big friend, great friend of mine, she sent me some blankets. Well, I talked to her about reborning because I was so lost and I was so down about it. As you see, I'm just now going back and putting a little more paint on it. So down about it, and she walked me through the steps, because nobody actually gave you steps except for, I found on eBay, I mean not eBay, I found on YouTube, Custom Doll Babies. She had steps, but I didn't do the bake kind. I did the airbrush because, for one, wasn't putting the money into it right then. I didn't know if I could do it, and for two, I can't stand smells. Ooh, no. I can handle baby powder smell. I don't know why. My mother used to be like this too. So my husband said, no, you don't need to bake them. So she helped me out, and she sent me some stuff to keep me going, and even sent me how she did her dolls, and I went from there. And that is how I got started on this journey. Now I'm going to have to send this video to my friends, so I don't have to re-say it, huh? So summertime is finally getting to Maine. See, I just put a little bit on. I'm just trying to give them some depth, or her some depth. Depth. Probably after I do this, I'll cut it because it's 11 minutes. I should do a live. I'm nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous. I did auctions. They love me talking, but I don't do vintage auctions anymore. It was too strenuous on me, and I don't like the prices that people want for the dolls. To buy the dolls, to give them, you know, for me to get my dolls, to give them these other people good prices. Nobody wants, no, they want top dollar from the beginning. And I said, nope. And that was a whole nother addiction, vintage dolls. Okay, so that's a little bit of the blue. Just a sprig. I really didn't do too much, and just lightly went around him, because this is a bunch of layers already. So I'll let it dry for a minute, and then I'll do yellow. I don't like to do more than, like, if I'm doing the 3 layers, I'll do two sets of them, but then that'll be it. All right, guys, it has been 12 minutes on this video. Next one, I'm going to do the yellow. I think I'm going to use this little one sponge I have for the yellow, and just keep going from there. Talk to you later.